Hello. Hope everybody's doing well today. What up, Agent? How you doing, buddy? How goes?
I'm waiting.
Her. I have to go and come back to this. I am rather wrecked. Oh my god. Fucking. These mother. Nothing like starting your day with cliff racers. So Marcius, how you doing? Can you eat them? This place is bad news, as we discovered last night. Finished Lords of the Fallen or stopped? No, stopped. Fun factor diminished pretty quick. I got far. I made progress. I killed a few of these guardians, but it got to the point where the grind was going to be a bit overwhelming and not as satisfying as Dark Souls. So,
What, Outlander?
yeah. Not sure if it'll ever go back to that. Maybe. Depends. But want to move on. It was fun in the beginning. Like, it has its moments, but like I don't know. Sure, if I sat down and wanted to figure it out. Ugh. It's like there's elements of Dark Souls there, but the formula, like the recipe, wasn't right. A Souls-like game with enough money. I mean, I don't know. Like I was saying during it, like, at the very least, if you're gonna make a game like that, there's already a successful game that has tread in those waters, which is dangerous waters, right? Like it's a hard market to get into, even in the beginning. Like the people that made Dark Souls made a game that they wanted to make. They wanted to make a difficult, challenging game that requires, you know, thinking and stuff like that, and they did that, right? So they've already went through a process, and it's been extremely successful. But to go after that genre, you gotta do yourself a favor and look what that previous company did. Study their recipe, you know, make it your own, but you know, it seemed like it was hard for the sake of being hard. But that was like, it wasn't enjoyable. Like we got to a section where the area where I stopped, like the number of enemies that were difficult or time consuming to kill were many. and they follow you, so you can't just run past them. They would follow you. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, you know, you could grind. Like, I like some of the ideas, like the risk reward of, you know, saving, you know, not saving or not saving depending on how you wanted to do your bonuses, right? Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I think that was pretty awesome. Man, these things. I'm so glad I get to experience the amazingness of cliff racing. Oh, their horrible, horrible glory. Probably on the world map. Oh man, Saran's way down there. No, a large budget doesn't always. Yeah, you're right. A large budget does not always mean anything. Sometimes it could even mean that it's going to be worse. You know, you're going to have a whole lot of chefs in the kitchen, you know, all trying to make decisions, and then nothing comes together, and so you have a whole bunch of separate elements, and then it's just a mess. You know. Yeah. Hey, game development. AAA game development. I killed a rat died over here? Yeah, there's definitely no... The production values, quality-wise, or as far as visual quality is there. I had to... Oh my... I had to turn down a bunch of settings though, because there was one of the big boss fights that you just kind of wander into. It's like, oh, you commit to this area, you know, much like, you know, you could do in Dark Souls. So there's nothing wrong about that. But the graphics, like the settings that I had, where I was like getting 60 FPS everywhere, and then this boss fight, like, was killing it. I don't know if you were here for that, but once I turned graphics down, or minimize some, I can't remember what the hell settings was. I just turned like the very high default, and once I can maintain a consistent frame rate, then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I can move. And I'm not fighting the game. I can learn the strategy and not fight the game at the same time. Oh man. It's fun to imagine what this game would have been like with Ragdoll. Whenever a game says the Dark Souls of X genre has its most of the time it's just unfairly hard for no sort of justified reason. From Software's games are hard, but it's not only these, which are hard, most of the time they're fair balanced. Yeah. Well, they've got depth. All the different statistics that you have to manage, right? I mean, there's certainly ways where you can get it's like a straightforward experience, but like you think of all the strategies that people do and how the balancing of all the stats, and you know, people can play through the whole game naked right? If you're good enough, if you can get down all the mechanics and stuff, you can play through the whole game without the armor. It's incredible. Oh, scamps. And it's an ashtray. I mean, that's just it, right? It's that syndrome of. Well, this is just in general. I'm not saying that Lords of the Fallen did this, but you know, just kind of thinking about that line of play, where you know a game has been successfully made in a genre or a style of play, right, by a team, and then it gets copied. Somebody else wants to duplicate that success, but